David Payne here. How are you all doing? I'm going to do a little studio tour here because my daughter, my Gen Z daughter, always tells me, "Hey, Dad, you need to do a studio tour. People like seeing that." I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to know? I'm Gen X. I'm a low-tech man. But I'm going to show you my studio. See, my studio is upstairs in my loft, looking down upon my great room. Table's kind of messy right now. Looking out the window, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lake out there across the street. Got my wife's workstation here. I got to share the studio with my wife. But that's where my setup is. These are some tables I made. I made these tables. Made used an old easel up there. That's I put my paintings on that easel. That's how I can. These tables are on wheels, so that's how I can take a painting and put it on that, and I can move it all around the studio to take photos of my paintings for prints and that type of thing. I usually make my own stuff, like this thing I made. It's kind of cool. Hold some paints in that, pick it up. I like to repurpose stuff, like this old grill. I painted it up and it's on wheels, so I can move it around. It's holding a bunch of my stuff. Made all these tables and shelves myself to hold stacks and stacks of my paintings. This is a painting I did here called Spring Fling, 18 by 24 oil. If any of you want to buy it, it's for sale. This one's upside down because I was painting the edges and letting that edge dry. That's called Fishing Buddies. You see the fisherman, the dog on the boat with the guy fishing. Show you a couple of these. Painting of an elk I did. Elk in the woods, bugling. What do we have under here? Oh, this is a painting I did back in 2021. It's called Follow the Leader. Mama moose and the baby going across the river. Here's a landscape one I did recently. Well, kind of recently. I think I finished this one right before. Let's see, what's the date on this one? No, that's 2026. I did it this year. I couldn't remember if I did it right before January or not. I do so many paintings, I can't remember when I do them or when I finish them. Got the mountain mist back there. I really enjoyed doing this one. And that waterfall back in the background. I like putting clouds in front of the mountains like that. Big old turkey painting I did. Have it framed in a rustic frame. Gotta turn this one back right side up, but one of my eagle paintings. I dig that one. It's for sale. Everything's for sale except for one painting, I believe. Two of my paintings of my dad are not for sale because he's passed away. This is a fox painting I did. This is one I'm working on. I'm not real sure what to do with it. I might put some birds flying across that sky or something like that. We'll see. Put a silhouetted fisherman out there on that little dock. I don't know. There's another eagle painting I did. Eagle snatching a fish out of the water. All right, let's go over here. This one's a little bit different. I did a galaxy in a night sky over the top of a cornfield. I always thought that one was kind of cool. Got a nice pheasant painting here with a nice bright sunlit sky in the snow. Dig that. I got several of these. I like to go out and plein air paint. If you're an oil painter and you haven't plein air painted yet, I'd get on it, man. This is I do some work to help the homeless with a Christian men's organization called The Forge here in the Kansas City area. But this is a homeless guy that I painted a picture of. He calls himself St. Christopher. His name's Chris. But he plays his guitar and everything. Me and him have become pretty good friends. He's a good dude. This is a painting I did of a little pond, plein air painting. There's a painting I did of, this is kind of a concept painting. It's, Jesus with the pigs, when he cast out the demons. But I made it kind of in today's time where everybody's looking at their cell phones and there's only one guy paying attention to Jesus. And the one guy paying attention to Jesus happens to be Paul, a guy I work with doing the homeless work. So I put him in the painting. This is another guy I do the homeless work with. His name's Bill. Him offering a water to homeless lady. We call her Tennessee because she's got a heavy Tennessee accent. This is Hillsdale Lake in Kansas. I did a plein air out there. What else we got? Got another little pond I did a plein air on. These plein air paintings are so fun. I just dig them. Just go out in the woods and just let it ride. Be very loose. This is a fallen tree that was out in the woods that I just thought was really cool. Got a lot of these little plein air paintings. Don't ask me what I named them. I named them all, but I got so many paintings I can't remember the name, and I got them stored on my computer so with the name so I can remember them. Some of them I remember, some of them I don't. Little pathway. Let's see what else we got. That sun. I really like this one. It's a sunset over the lake I live on, Gardner Lake out here. I just thought this one was really cool. It's just really simple, but it's effective and cool. I like all the bright colors. And this one is the one of a canyon in Colorado. And I'm stumped. I can't remember the name of the canyon, but we stayed at Three Rivers. It's a place called Three Rivers. That's the river running through that canyon. And I can't remember, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the canyon right now, but it's just a really neat place. Had to paint that. Let's go over here. This is the one I I just got through shooting video. I finished the painting. I still got to paint the edges of it. I started painting the edges. I got to get the rest of the edges finished, you know. I like to paint the edges, finish my paintings off. This is a little plein air I did out on the lake. Cabin across the lake, couple of pontoon boats. A wolf painting I did back in 2020. I can remember the name of this one. It's called Cold Stare. How could you not remember the name of that one? I also remember the name of this one right here. This is a plein air painting I did, and I called it Morning Delight. The sun shining through that tree. It's actually one of my favorite paintings that I did. That one's Beaver Creek. And we got some other stuff I did here, but here, let's look at this one. This one here is pretty cool. Turn it up. This is one I did. It's called Catch of the Day. Did this sucker back in 2021. I like painting eagles catching fish, and eagles are just cool creatures, one of God's cool creatures. All of God's creatures are kind of cool, but I really dig eagles. And back here, I got a mountain lion and a pine that I did, pine tree. And I wanted to make it feel like you were in the pine tree, up in those branches with that mountain lion looking at you. That sun kind of dappling through the outside of the pine trees there. Anyway, what else we got? I know what we got. I want to show you my, I'm going to put this phone over here. I want to show you my Craft Geek easel right there.